A North Texas family grieving right now and asking questions after the death of the first person to develop Ebola in the United States. Thomas Eric Duncan died just before 8 o'clock this morning at a Dallas hospital after spending 10 days in treatment.
He came to Texas from Liberia in late September. NBC's Chris Pallone is live in Dallas with our top story. Chris?
Texas Presbyterian Hospital officials called Thomas Eric Duncan courageous in his battle with Ebola. But that battle ended shortly before 8 o'clock this morning. And even in their grief, his family is asking questions about his care. Thomas Duncan died 10 days after being admitted to Texas Presbyterian Hospital with Ebola. The hospital issued a statement saying, "It is with profound sadness and heartfelt disappointment that we must inform you of the death of Thomas Eric Duncan this morning at 7:51 a.m. There have been questions surrounding Duncan's care since he came to Texas from Liberia in late September. He first went to the emergency room when he became sick, and despite saying he had been in Liberia, Duncan was sent home, returning 2 days later when his condition worsened. Once admitted, his condition went from serious to critical. He battled the disease for 10 days, taking an experimental drug. Today, family members had no comment as they left the hospital following his death. In a written statement, his fiancée, Louise Tro, said, "My family is in deep sadness and grief, but we leave him in the hands of God." Tro also called for a thorough examination regarding all aspects of Duncan's care. Tro is among 48 people who had contact with Duncan and are being watched for Ebola. We're now approaching a pivotal time when Ebola would likely develop. So far, no one has shown symptoms. Tro and her family shared an apartment with Duncan and were later moved to an undisclosed location for monitoring during the contamination process. The same protective measures will be taken while disposing of Mr. Duncan's body. And late today, another patient was rushed to Texas Presbyterian Hospital to be assessed for possible symptoms of Ebola.
There is someone who does not have either definite contact with Ebola or definite symptoms of Ebola who's being assessed.
In Omaha, freelance NBC cameraman Ashoka Mukpo continues fighting Ebola after getting blood transfusions from Dr. Kent Brantley, who successfully battled the deadly disease last month. Dr. Brantley was also willing to give blood for Mr. Duncan, but never heard back from the hospital. Now comes the matter of moving Duncan's body. It can still transmit Ebola after death. The CDC has very strict rules on how it must be wrapped in plastic before it is buried or cremated according to the family's wishes. In Dallas, Chris Pallone, NBC News.